Hey, folks, it is the very, very end of April, and we're in downtown Rayong today. It's a beautiful day. You see, everything looks fairly quiet, low traffic, but believe it or not, in about an hour, it's going to be gridlocked here. It's going to be wall-to-wall traffic. Why? Because today is the final day of Songkran here. That's right. April 29th, Songkran's still going on here. Hard to believe. Lon said it's not going to be a lot of water throwing, but we'll see. Yeah, that remains to be seen. Anyway, after this, I will take you guys to a place where you can make 1,000 baht. If you have a certain skill set, you can make 1,000 baht and get a free meal to boot. So I'll show you how that goes and what you need to do that. Anyway, we'll look at the last remnants of Songkran here. I can't believe this is still going on. Today is April 29th. It's 10 full days after the last day of Songkran in Pattaya. But as you can see behind me, as you can see my face, I just rode about 2 blocks down here through downtown Rayong, the old waterfront Rayong, where all this is taking place today. And I already look pretty worse for wear. Still going on. Today is the 29th. Unbelievable. We'll see what it is. For you in places like Pattaya, other places that think, well, maybe it drags on too long. It started here on the 13th as well in Rayong. Sukhumvit Road was jam-packed through Rayong. Fast forward 17 days later, and today is the final day here. So we'll see what it's going to be. Almost unbelievable. But it's not all bad. I've only been here for 2 minutes, and the guy's already handed me a free beer. Yeah, I mean, what kind of hospitality is that? A stranger, a sheer stranger, and hands me a beer. Lon as well. We both got a can of beer. Anyway, I was thinking about this, and I have met people. Believe it or not, this will help somebody. I have met people that they refrain from coming during Songkran due to higher ticket prices, higher hotels, etc., etc., and they wait till around, I don't know, the 20th, 22nd, 23rd. And then they come maybe 24th or 25th, and they get a better deal. And they say, it would have been nice to have a day of Songkran, but we got a cheaper deal on our flight, hotel, etc. Well, here, you could still get that. You could fly in on the 24th, 25th, get your cheaper ticket, get your cheaper hotel, come down here, it's only an hour outside of Pattaya, and have a total Songkran experience. I don't know where to go. They say it's bigger down here. Number one.
Thailand, number 1, Thailand.
There you go. Anyway, I think down close to the bridge goes to the sandbar. I don't know. I can kind of show you on a map maybe where this is. It's not the Sukhumvit corridor. It's the old seaside corridor. And I don't even know specifically where it's going to be the biggest. We're just going to walk. I had to park the bike. I'm not going to have the bike get all pummeled with white clay. So we'll see what it's going to be. Crazy as I've seen it the whole season right here, anywhere. And somebody just offered us a free bowl of food. Free beer, free food. Now, the people are much more gracious here. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what was in the bowls, but there it is. It doesn't look bad. We weren't really in an eating kind of mood. We've got something to eat later. We were in kind of a let's get out of here kind of mood because I got to tell you, in an hour, it went from basically an empty street with a couple people on each side, maybe flinging some water, to bedlam, to gridlock traffic, and I started wondering. We just parked in an alley. I didn't know. I wasn't even going to bring the bike down here. I was going to drive, and then Lon said, the water throwing won't be much. It won't be like the likes of what you've seen in Pattaya and here on the beach store in Songkran, things like that. It'll be like Songkran light. I wouldn't say that. After experiencing it, that was definitely incorrect. She was very, very surprised. So this was actually one of the busier things that we've seen the entire time. So, and we went to Pattaya and everywhere. These yellow trucks started turning up. I'm not sure what they were. I don't know if they're water trucks or that could be totally unrelated. I don't know. But I saw there was 2 or 3 of those big yellow trucks, and I said, I don't know. I don't want any part of that. Let's get out of here while the getting's good, while we can still maybe make it out of here. Who knows? I thought it was going to maybe take an extra hour just to get out of there. So we'll find our way back to our little alley where we parked. These guys were great. They watched the bike. Told them, I said, I'm just going to leave the bike here. Can you guys watch their helmets and everything? They did. They were great and gave us a free can of beer. So anyway, Lon got in a couple last-minute water throws, and hopefully that will be the end until next year. If you live in a place where Songkran's still going on the 29th or later, let me know. Please let us know in the comments. It goes different dates, different places, and this was a surprise to me. So maybe it's a surprise where you are too. So right, it's 10 days after Pattaya, but we actually had where I live 5 days ago. We still had a great big Songkran party. So that would have been on the 24th, 5 days after Pattaya was finished. We had this. We'll take a quick look. It was all at night. We were out at the beach just now, having a beach day, and somebody told us there's a shindig. So we came up here. We're about a kilometer away from the beach. And they're setting it up now, sure thing. So this is some kind of big Songkran shindig, although it's the 23rd. It takes place on the 23rd and 24th, so we're trying to figure out a way we can get in. There's something about a booking and all these tables you see behind me. You need like 8 people and pay 2,500 baht for a booking. But there's a concert and all. I don't know. We'll come up here tonight and see what's doing, even if we got to sit in the cheap seats. All right, 2-night event here. The first night, it was a $2,500 a table, but that came with a full course meal. So we kind of missed out on that. But anyway, instead, we came back here to the prize vault. Lots of people sitting around, lots of hopefuls sitting around the prize vault here to win their share of the prizes. There you go. There's eggs, electrical appliances, household goods, and food and beverages, all kind of stuff. There's a whole bucket of laundry detergent and a big 2-liter bottle of Coke. Some tickets are 10 baht, some rounds are 20 baht. It just depends what the prize is. Soon as I sit down, this lady wins, and she won a pretty decent prize. And that was kind of disappointing to me because lightning doesn't strike twice in the same place. She's got a bag of rice, she's got a rice cooker, and she's got a fan. That was all for a 20 baht ticket. Not a bad haul. So yeah, I thought, I don't know, she just won. That doesn't bode well for me winning. I'm just sitting right next to her when there's another 200 people here. But that didn't prevent me from buying some tickets and seeing. This prize was pretty good. 3 bottles of whiskey, a case of soda, and 2 bottles of Coke. Anyway, the second night, there was a good stage show. So we came to that and brought a friend.
Go home.
Wow, that was a lot of fun. We didn't stay that long, only about an hour and a half. It was getting so crowded and packed, this traffic was down to a stop. We were afraid we'd get locked in there, so we wouldn't be able to get out later. I think this evening, it's really going to be a show. Anyway, I got to get the bike cleaned. It's filthy just going through all that. So we went in, got a quick shower. We're going to go out and find a place to clean the bike. If not, I clean it myself. There's some self-cleaning places, and we'll get something to eat. I didn't think we'd be driving into the thick of things. The idea was to park somewhere and kind of walk, but before we knew it, we were in the thick of it. We went from nothing, we went from 0 to 100 like that. There was nothing going on. We were starting to think, is this the right day? And then all of a sudden, bam, it pummeled in the face with water. Actually, not a whole lot of washes where we live. There's several do-it-yourself ones, brand new, nice do-it-yourself washes. Ultra modern. One of them just opened. But the full service kind of places, not that many. Might be a good business for somebody to start. This is about 17, 18 minutes from home. But they do a good business. Behind me, they've got a whole rows of cars they've cleaned today and waiting for people to pick up, I guess. Anyway, Lance just sent me a place that we're supposed to go try. So, I don't know. She says it's giant food. So the bike's all cleaned up. We've come not far. We're still in Banpei. We're at a place called Banpei Seafood Noodle. And they have one of the biggest bowls of noodle soup in the world. And it's also home to a bit of a, I guess you would call it an eating challenge. I've seen places like this, certain restaurants. In the US, this is quite popular. You'll have like a great big, for example, great big giant stack of pancakes. And if you can eat the whole thing, it's free. And they give you a shirt or some kind of gimmick. This is a great big bowl of noodles. And if you can eat the entire bowl in, I think it's 15 minutes. I'll show you the sign. The sign's in Thai, but Lan's translated. If you can eat it in 15 minutes, it's free. Plus, I don't think you get a shirt, but you get 1,000 baht. You could buy your own shirt with that. That's like 30 bucks, okay? So you get the free noodles and 1,000 baht. So pretty good deal. Now, I'm no competitive eater. I know there may be somebody out there watching who is. So if you want this deal, now it's going to be spicy. It's going to be chock full of what's called loop chins, which are they're kind of like seafood. Well, it could be pork. They're different flavors, but I think in this case it's probably like these processed seafood meatball type things. There is, I don't know what you really call these. Here it's called gang. I'll show you when it comes. They're these little prehistoric looking shrimp things. I don't know what we call them in English. I've never seen them until I came here. They've never been at any seafood restaurant I've seen in the US. Anyway, it's chock full of all that stuff. It's going to be spicy. We'll see what all it is, a great big pot. We're of course going to share it. Now, if you don't eat the whole thing in the 15 minutes, which we're no way going to do, it's like 790 baht. So it's a big boy. But we've already planned to take this home. Take all the loop chins, the little balls, take all that home. Lan's going to enjoy it. She really likes the flavor of the soup here, and it's not going to go to waste. I just want to show you guys this ostentatious large bowl of noodles and tell you about the, I don't know, food challenge, eating challenge, whatever you want to call it.
What's he gotta do?
Wow, it's huge. Not only, I mean, just the sheer volume of this bowl, the depth of it. It's deep too. This thing from the middle of the bowl to the table's got to be 8 inches, and it's got to be at least a foot in diameter. So I don't know. You could probably figure out the volume with the measurements I just gave you. At least 20 of these loop chins. Not a whole lot of the crayfish or whatever these are, but anyway, they've also set up, because it's a little bit of a special occasion for them when somebody orders this. They've set up like their own little camera. They don't just set a timer, they actually set up a camera to watch you. So I guess so you don't feed the noodle soup to the fishes and claim the 1,000 baht reward. So anyway, they've got you monitored. So anyway, there's no cheating. That's good. That's good. That keeps it honest. So the restaurant here has been open for 15 years. 15 years they've been open. However, this food challenge thing's only a month old now. Several people have tried it. A lady tried it and failed. But a guy came, a young man, and he's already beaten this. So it's not like it's undefeated or anything like that, but I think he's the only one. It's only been a month, so who knows? But that is a lot of food. I can't impart to you how big this is. I know it won't look as big on video as it is. I mean, the thing looks bigger than Lan. I'm looking at it. She looks tiny behind this bowl. It's just this huge mass of food, noodles and all that. But this guy ate it. The lady, I don't know, that would really be a terrible defeat to get to like 15 minutes and you're like almost done, like you got 2 more little balls to eat or something that you barely missed it. That would just be heartbreaking. It's tom yum, it's spicy too. If you know tom yum, it's that type of flavor. And I'll show you how they make this. It's very simple. They fill this thing up with noodles, lots of noodles, and then about 20 of the balls, the lukchins. There's about 20 little fish dumplings. They call it like a goiza, they call gyo, little fish dumplings, and then on top they put about 5 of these crayfish tails, whatever they're going to call them, I don't know, and a handful of vegetables, and that's it. It's real easy for them to make this. The ingredients, it's just a large quantity, so it's expensive. Anyway, if you're a big eater and you think you can beat it, come by here and let us know. If you really are, let me know. I'll come by, because this is only about 10 minutes from our house. I'll come by and film it. If you really think you can beat it, let me know. I'll be there. Is that right? I mean, I'm probably the wrong one to ask because I do like spicy food, but I think on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the spiciest for Thai food, just talking about Thai food, I think this is about a 3.5 to 4. So it's a little spicy. Yes, it's tom yum, but it definitely was not over the top by any means.
That's what we're taking home. It still looks like enough for like 8 people. I was thinking, I could get 4 people, and I don't think we could finish that bowl in 15 minutes. I don't know how one person does it, but there's some incredible eaters out there. That's all I can say. Anyway, that's all it's going to be.
And that's how you can make 1,000 baht in about 15 minutes and get a free meal to boot. Anyway, it was pretty good. We took most of it home, though. We didn't make much of a dent, even the 2 of us in that. So, anyway, it was enjoyable. So, and the last bastion of Songkran. So hopefully that's the end of it. I think tomorrow is May 1st, so we're on to something else. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the episode. Something else next time, but for this one, gotta go ahead and leave it off right here. And as usual, I'll thank you for watching. And until next time, bye for now.